Hey guys, welcome to another edition of GamingNight. Today is another episode of awesome board games in my collection. Today we're going to talk about CV. CV is a set collection game that's got Yahtzee mechanics. So, talk a little bit about the game. So, first off, you're going to have a board that just basically keeps track of the stages of life that you're going through, and then this is the tracks that you put the CV cards, and after everyone goes, there's always going to be one card that's going to move off the board and no longer be available, and then this is the part of the scoring, how you score. And you're basically trying to have a very prosperous life, make the most of your life, and you're going to be doing this by rolling these dice Yahtzee style. And they got different symbols on them that in health, relationships, happy face, coming to money, and misfortune. If you ever get 3 of those, you have to get rid of one of your cards. So you can get combos to get more dice and stuff, but at the same time, you can really hose yourself. So, and I'm trying to figure out where everything's at here. So, in the beginning of the game, you're going to get like early childhood cards, and they come in different categories here, and you can basically play them one-time use effect. There's also one in here called the bicycle, which is the first player marker. So if you have the bike, you go first. And I have the expansion in here as well, so that's why we like the game quite a bit. So, but so like I said, in the beginning of the game, you're going to be going through different stages of life. So, earlier stages, you might have these cards here, the MBA, the child, studies, and college friends. And the symbols here are what you had to have on your dice or tokens you acquired from previous cards. And these are all color coded. So this purple one would be in a relationship now. When you get a new card, so let's say one round you got college friends, and then later you ended up getting this card here. Now you can either use it as this one example, you can use it as a green card or a purple card. If you use it as a green card, you don't have to put it. You put it in with the green pile. If you decide to use it as a purple card here, you can either put in front, which means it'd be the active one, or you can put it behind it just to go into your CV. But the decisions you make will determine the paths that you have. There are some cards that you have to put in play in front because they take over, like retirement. If you get a retirement card, obviously that's got to go in front because you're retiring. You can no longer get job cards. So as you're building up these things, you can get more tokens, get more money, and earn a whole bunch of new stuff. You got these things give you victory points instantaneously, but they require a lot of money. It's a mansion. So you're trying to balance your life, and just like in real life, there are going to be misfortune and things, bad things that happen to you, and stuff like that. So, but it's a very so kind of like a story, almost like a story-driven game, because you kind of like can tell the story of how your character is, and so even if you don't win the game, it's still a lot of fun because you're sitting here it's all about the experience you've had with the game. So yeah, it's really dice heavy though. So if it's kind of like a very luck and strategy both, because you get personal goals just for yourself too. You'll have like goals and stuff that you have to accomplish. So your character might have a goal to be the life of the party. So you have to have a lot of social skills or something like that. Or you might be a collector, so you have to have the most goods in the game. So if you're a collector, you have to start getting the things that cost that are property things like a house, bikes, and things like that to get your points. But and then at the end of the game, if you basically have to the competing categories, you have to basically try to get the best in that category so you can get the points. So as you're going along, you're doing set collecting, you're getting victory points based on the stuff that you do. As you're going along, you're actually telling the story of your life, how it is. So it's every game's going to be completely different because the decks get all like each deck of like the early childhood, middle age, and then old age. You're going to be basically going through the stages. So like early on, you're going to have like things that don't give you a whole lot of stuff, but they help you build up to the later ones. So and then not just because you roll what you basically gotta be careful what you pick because some of the cards, like I said, could hinder you later on and prevent you from getting any more cards. So you kind of had to look ahead and say, okay, look, if I take this card, it's gonna hose me. And or you can say, okay, if the player has been collecting a lot of property stuff, so maybe they're going for the property. So if I don't take that, they're gonna get that. So you kind of have to like hope your dice rolls are good, and then also trying to plan ahead. So there's a little bit of luck and strategy, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun. If you like games with a little bit of humor and a lot of replayability, I definitely recommend this game. It's really highly. It says it takes an hour, but we've known it takes a little bit, like about an hour and a half. Mostly because when you're first playing it, you're going to have to learn what the cards do. And also, you're going to want to study the board a little bit more. So, people that have analysis paralysis, as they called, it might slow the game down a little bit. You could play it up to. I played it with 2 players. It works really good as 2 players. Just it goes a little bit faster. The more players you have, it goes a little bit longer, but it doesn't drag on too much. But if you have someone that takes their time and think a lot, it can really slow things down. But it never really bothered us because it's kind of like a social game, gathering game. So you're not gonna want to bother. You're not gonna sit there and go nudge someone too much. But if you're a group that doesn't like people to take a lot of time to thinking, you might want to play this with a smaller group. The sweet spot is around 3. It's 3. It works good with 4 too, but the 3 we find 3 is a sweet spot with it. At least with when you got two people that have played it and one new to the game, I'd say that works best. If you have all 4 new players, I wouldn't recommend that. So I'd at least try to if you're gonna play the game with new people, expect it to take a little longer. But once you start getting the game and learning the cards and the mechanics, and how the scoring works and everything, it goes really fast. The 60-minute mark is pretty much accurate, but I'd say double the time if you're completely new, and add maybe 20 minutes for every player you add beyond 2 when you're starting, because like I said, there's a lot of stuff to take in. There's a lot of cards that will come up, and if you're not sure what they do when you get them, because the symbols are pretty much explanatory, but the little symbols on the bottoms that have specifications are the ones that become a little confusing sometimes. And then as you get more tokens, the game, you get more options, but then again at the same time you also have a lot more thinking goes on. But it never really deterred the quality of the game or anything, or took any enjoyment out of it. This is definitely one we've played at least 4 or 5 times. It always seems to come out quite a bit. we played like 4 times last year, and then the year we got it, we played it at least 4 times. This has definitely gotten a lot of shelf life. So yeah, definitely check it out if you're into like set collection games. You know, or games like this is basically like the board game Life, but in a much more enjoyable than just roll and move, roll and move. This one actually, you really have to like roll dice, hope for good results, and then shoot for to pick up the cards that help you out, and it's really entertaining. Even the artwork's really hilarious. So, anyways, thanks for watching. I'm hoping to do some more of these awesome board games in my collection as I get more time. But until then, see you next time.